All right, we're back to the American League Championship Series between Toronto and Kansas City. Tough loss yesterday. We had the over on the Cubs and the Mets. They scored 3 runs in the first inning and couldn't get any more. That's the way it goes sometimes in baseball. But that was the first game we lost out of our last 4. So we won 3 in a row, then we lost yesterday. So let's see if we can get back on track today. Overall for the playoffs, we're up a couple units. So we're doing fine. We're chugging away. Let's see if we can grab this one tonight. And I like over the total here with Toronto and Kansas City. Probably the popular play. I don't care. I think Toronto's going to break out tonight against a road traveled subpar Johnny Cueto. He pitched great in Kansas City, and he pitches great at home. His ERA is not that great though when he travels. And although he did pitch well his last time out, I think the odds makers were smart in making this total pretty high with 2 pretty good pitchers on the mound, but I like for Toronto to break out, and I think Kansas City is going to be able to score as well. Let's go ahead and let's talk about these 2 pitchers. For the Royals, you got Johnny Cueto. He comes in on the season, 3.44 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, 176 strikeouts, 11-13 on the season. Now, he pitched great his last time out. He only allowed 2 earned runs his last time on the mound against Houston. He pitched absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, though, that was at home, and on the road, I think it's a different story, and I think he's going to struggle today in Toronto. I think those guys, here's the issue for me. I think he's similar to Volquez, and I think after they got a good look at Edinson Volquez, I think they're going to see Cueto. I think they're going to be really patient against him, and then when he gets one across the plate, I think they're going to hammer it. So I like for Toronto to really push some runs across against him throughout the whole ball game. I really don't look for him to perform like he did against the Astros. For the Toronto Blue Jays, you got Marcus Stroman. I really like this kid. He comes in with a 1.67 ERA, 0.96 WHIP, 18 strikeouts. He's 4-0 on the year, and he's tough. I think he's a very good Major League pitcher. I think he's going to continue to be a Major League pitcher, but he's not immune to giving up some runs here and there. He did give up just 2 earned runs his last time out. But Kansas City's a good hitting team, and I don't think they're going to get shut out. And if they can get to him and if they can just be patient, get into that weaker part of the Toronto pitching staff, which is their relief pitching, I think Kansas City, they might make a late push, but I think they're going to be able to score a few runs. Offensively, the Royals, they come in, they're hitting .268 as a team. They average 4.5 runs per game, OPS of 734. They're ranked in the top 10 in most major offensive categories, and they rank number 1 in strikeout percentage per game. So they're going to battle. I think they're going to make Stroman work, and they're going to make him get deep in the counts. This is my assessment, at least I believe. And they're going to try and get into that Toronto bullpen. Try and get him out as early as possible. But easier said than done. Stroman can be tough. Now let's talk about the Blue Jays. Well, what can you say offensively? They rank first in everything. Well, kind of. They hit .267 as a team. They average 5.44 runs per game, OPS is 791. Their runs per game and their OPS is number 1 in the major leagues. Their batting average is like 3rd or 4th. They're just great up and down. I don't think they've hit the ball very well. I think they had a tough time in Kansas City. Having that emotional win against Texas, I think carried over those first 2 games, but I look for them to get back home now with the talent they have, be patient at the plate, and I think they're going to do some damage against Cueto. I like Toronto tonight to score some runs. So who's going to win? Well, you got to, kind of go with Toronto on this, but that's a really big favorite number. And Cueto, he could come in and be lights out. I just don't anticipate he's going to do so. So as far as this game goes, Toronto, well, they definitely need the game more. But for me, my play is going to be on over the total. I like it. I think these guys are going to really break out the lumber today. So look for a fun one in Toronto, and I wish you guys luck on your plays of the day.